All right, what is up, people? So today I was sent a jazz track to remotely record drums for. So a producer friend of mine, he needs drums on this track, so I am going to provide those for him. So I just wanted to walk you all through a little bit of my workflow on when I get a track, what I do specifically for this one, because this one was a little bit different than most tracks that I get. So most tracks, I would write a chart, jump in, I'm there. I write the chart and then I sit down and do it. But this is a jazz track, so it has a couple of different nuances that I thought would be interesting for you guys to check out. So this is the track here, and I'll play a little bit for you so you can hear what's going on. So as you can see, the producer sent me not only the piano track, but a click track as well. So what I'm going to do for this is this whole part up here where it says cymbal swells, I'm not playing time there. That's a kind of rubato piano intro. So I'm going to lay out there and I'm going to do one pass completely of just cymbal swells. I find that cymbal swells can be hard to do in the middle of a regular take, because cymbal swells, you sometimes need to gain up the preamp so that you can hear the cymbal swells, and it's just easier, and you want to let those cymbal swells ring a ton. So it's easier to do cymbal swells, I think, on a separate pass, because you get more freedom with how long you can let those run over. You don't have to switch between, like for this, I'm going to be playing brushes mostly. I don't have to switch between brushes and then mallets and all that stuff. So there's nothing I have to switch. I'll just do a pass of cymbal swells. But first, I'm going to do the pass with brushes, and it's just time on the brushes. And as you can see, I start right here. And once I'm in for this song, I'm pretty much in, and I'm doing some pretty simple brush time. So my goal is just to make it feel really good. And then the only other thing is there are a couple spots in this song where I have breaks where I'll need to lay out. So what I did is, instead of writing out a chart, since I'm doing the same thing pretty much the entire song, instead I went through and just looked at where the breaks are, and I installed some count outs and ins. So for this first break, I'm going to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, so I can pretty much just focus on playing great time until I get to this break, and then I'll get a 1-bar count into the break, and it'll sound like this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And I'll note a break right here, and then I'm back in. So that's how the break will work there. That's really the only arrangement thing. And then for the very end, again, I have another count. I have a 1-bar count to the end of the song, and then I have broken up the metronome to evenly count between the last kind of diamond at the end of the song and then the final swell right here, because that swell is kind of out of time. So I'll give you the count in, and then you can hear how the metronome, I've kind of cut it up to be evenly spaced between the beginning of that measure and where I need to do the final swell. So here's what that sounds like.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So, and then I'll kind of feel it out from there. But since it's rubato and it's not really in time, I figured I'd build a little metronome just to help me get to that, help me more accurately get to that. Obviously, I'm in the studio today. I can do this as many passes as I want. I'm by myself. I'm not taking up anybody else's time, but I want to do this efficiently. So I built that little metronome to help me get that every time. So the other tracks that'll be here for the drums, it's pretty simple, pretty standard. What I do is kick, snare top and bottom, rack, floor, hat, room, and then overheads. And this vocal mic is the one I'm talking to so you can hear me. But that's what this workflow looks like. I'll throw in a couple of clips of me playing mixed in with the piano. But I just wanted to show you this workflow up front of, kind of what it looks like on my end in the project to get this done as quickly and as efficiently as I know possible. So Thanks for watching. Check out this playing.